All right, hello everybody. Welcome to our new DTI Takeover show. For those of you who are just tuning in, I am the one and only Miss Kayla, aka your favorite host of the DTI Takeover show. How y'all doing? We have a lovely guest today coming from New York. We have the playwright, the author or authoress. I don't know which you prefer, but we have the lovely Miss Keisha Mayo with us today. How are you?
Hi, Miss Kayla. How you doing? I'm doing well, and I just want to thank you guys so much for inviting me.
You're welcome. Okay, let's get into it. Keisha, tell us a bit about you.
Okay, so my name is Keisha Mayo. I'm a retired correction officer. I'm also the best-selling author of the nonfiction book Deceive, which is my testimony of what I went through in my marriage and how I overcame deception.
Mm,
Um, you know, there was a time when I hid behind my clothes. I hid behind a lot of things that I was going through, and once I realized that it was no longer about me but it was about helping someone else,
mm-hmm.
that's when I knew that I had to spread the message, to let people know that no matter what you go through in life, you can make it. So that's how Deceive came about. Well, that's not even really how Deceive came about. Deceive
Mm-hmm.
came about when I wrote the book, and it was never with the intentions of being an author. This was never a dream of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I was always, so secretive about the things that I go through, never wanted to bother or worry nobody else.
Right.
So I wrote my story as a way of therapy, so it wasn't to be a book or anything. And I remember when I finished writing it, I put it away and
Mm-hmm.
never to pick it up again. It was just, me letting it out because I
Right.
never shared it with anybody.
Right.
And years later, I was in a bad car accident, and I
Mm-hmm.
remember God speaking to me saying, pick the book up. And I'm saying, for what? I'm not
Right.
telling nobody this story, I don't want nobody to know that part of me.
Right.
And he just would not let my spirit rest. And I remember coming home from work one day, and I had 3 bookshelves full of books, and God directed me to a copy that I had printed out, and I don't even remember printing them out,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh my God. And it was at that point that I knew it was bigger than me, and it was no longer about me hiding what I went through, because we oftentimes hide what we go through, being ashamed, being
Mm-hmm.
embarrassed,
Right.
not wanting people to know. But you never know how you can help somebody else, by just letting them know, I've been
Right.
there, done that, I made it, and so can you. So it was never with the intentions of being an author. But once I realized that it was bigger than me, and I no longer was hiding behind, the fear of it getting out, the
Mm-hmm.
doors just begin to open. God has been so good to me. I was
Yeah.
on the Barnes and Noble's book tour um,
Okay.
before the pandemic hit. I've been in
Mm-hmm.
Barnes and Noble's 31 times.
Wow.
Kayla, I like to say I hit a record. I like to say I hit somebody's
Some
record
type of record. Right.
one time. And it didn't stop there. I said, because a lot of my friends, they would support the book. And a lot of males will say, Keisha, I don't read, and I'm like, you don't read,
Right.
but I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna support you. And I thought about that thing. I said, what about those others that need that encouragement? Those
Mm-hmm.
that need to know that I can make it, need to know that, oh, she been through that, I
Right.
can make it too. I sat down. I mean, never thought about being a playwright.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was doing things that I had no desire to do. I thought I was going to be somebody's background singer. That's what I thought my plan was,
Really?
And I mean, it's just been an amazing experience, just going into Barnes and Nobles,
Mm-hmm.
having these signings. And listen, you cut me off if I'm talking too much,
You fine. I'm listening. I'm taking it all in because
And,
what I wanted to ask you,
Mhm.
how did being a correctional officer, I'm sure you've seen a lot working. Do
Been
you
through a lot.
think you've taken some of the things that you've experienced and witnessed working in the facility into the things that you do now?
Actually, I've been through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That was a place that tried to tear me down mentally, physically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it was deceived. My book is what saved my life.
Mm-hmm.
It was to a point where people thought I quit the job because I was all over the place. I was doing radio interviews, TV interviews.
Mm-hmm.
I was just all over, the book tours. And so it was, and when the enemy is after you and the
Mm-hmm.
enemy hate that God is blessing you, although they're trying to beat you down, the fire is turned up even hotter. So
Mm-hmm.
it was, this side was going through hell, and then this side was empowering and helping other people. Where I'm saying, I need that encouragement, but God gave me enough strength, that I was able to help somebody else. Like
Wow.
I was saying, when I was sitting Barnes and Nobles, there
Mm-hmm.
would be women coming in, and then they would say, "Oh my God, I'm going through that now," and I don't even come in here, and something told me to come in here.
Coming here, right?
God has a plan for each and every one of our lives, and it's according to us to say, you know what, God, I'm gonna do whatever you call me to do, whatever you need me to do.
Right.
I'm not gonna be ashamed of my testimony. We won't be the first person that go through it. We
Right.
won't be the
Won't be
last
the last.
go
Mm-hmm.
through it, So our walk in this world, or my walk in this world, is just to help others, to let them know that we serve a true and living God, that no matter what you go through in this
Mm-hmm.
lifetime, you can make it. My book is about my marriage, but we know deception comes in
Comes
many
in different
ways.
ways.
It-
Yep.
Anything, your friend, your best friend,
Mm-hmm.
your family members,
Right.
it can be anything, so just to know that there is hope, after everything you go through, that's the blessing in it. But deceive is what saved my life, because I tell you that job was a piece of work.
I believe it. I believe it. So what made you decide that this needs to be on stage?
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying, because people don't like, well,
Don't
my
like to
experience,
read.
don't like to read.
Mm-hmm.
They just want visual. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, one day God just put in my spirit to do a play. And I've never written a play. I was in plays. I was in Mama I Want to Sing.
Okay.
I was in Every Dog Has Its Day with Dana Hubbard, Vi Higginson. I mean, so I did plays, but it was never where I wanted to write a play. I always
Mm-hmm.
grew up shy, quiet, still getting that shell, go in that shell sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Never wanted to be in the forefront. But it just comes a time when you feel like you just want to be a help. You just want to
Right.
help people. You step out of that shell. And although you may go in sometime, you
Right.
step out when you need to. So I wanted to find another outlet that would be able to reach people. And if it took the play, and it took, everything just happening, because I also did the movie. I did the
Did you?
Yes, I did the screenplay to it as well. So
Wow.
and you can see the play. The play is actually on YouTube.
Okay. I think Silas watched some of the play.
Yes.
So I'm definitely gonna have to check that out.
Yeah,
Wow.
check
So
it
you
out.
turned it into a movie as well.
Yes, yes, yes. And I mean,
How can we?
the
How can?
coincidence-
Did you shoot the movie?
I had a guy that shot the movie for me.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure that was an experience too. Okay. So you've never written a play before. You wrote and direct this.
Wrote, directed, produced it. Yes.
How
Acted
was
in
how
it.
was that?
And I acted in
No,
it, which is what I didn't want to do.
was the acting part.
I didn't want to act. I think I had got the directing bug, because once I started directing, I was like, "Oh, I like this." I was like, "Wait, I think I kind of like this." But then
Mhm.
I was having a problem finding a lead actor,
And
actress.
sometimes you gotta
And
do
so
it.
they said, "Who could play you better? Nobody could play you
You.
better than you play yourself." So I said, "You know what? I'll just step in and do it."
So what did you learn now that you've been on both sides? You've been the director and you've been the actor. What's something that you've learned from each side?
What I learned from each side. Um Well, I always wanted to act. So that was something that I enjoyed doing. And, and I wanted to get better at my craft, so I actually took acting classes.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot, but I took some acting classes. So I learned you always want to get better in your craft, and it's always good to learn. You can never stop learning. Find out what directors do. Like I said, this is the first time I did this, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I didn't do everything right.
Right.
But I learned to try to learn new things or reach out to people who have done it before. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
they can teach you some things that you didn't know. But I thank God everything came over well, because even with the stage play, when I had the stage play, it was sold out. And I'm
Mm.
saying I'm not even this is my
A
first time.
playwright.
It
Well,
was
that's how we felt when we did ours.
yeah,
We sold out both of our shows.
yes,
People want to
yes.
see us. We did.
Yes.
So I
Yes. So I
appreciate it.
learned to never stop learning. Always try to get better at your craft. If you find that this is something that you want to do. Because like I said, this is something that I never wanted to do. I never thought about being an author, none of this stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
now that I'm in it, I have a passion for it. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's good to just learn and just get better in it.
So what can we expect next from Miss Keisha Mayo?
Well, you can expect two more books coming out that's ready to be released. I just don't know the release date.
Okay.
I want to do the play again, of course, and my desire is to take the play on tour.
Okay.
I want to continue my tour with Barnes and Nobles 31 times. Somebody look, somebody gotta say something about that. You know what I'm saying?
You
Somebody
gonna let
needs
it be known that you did this
I would
31
get some
times.
award for that.
Mhm.
Because look, God didn't open that door for nothing,
Right.
and he picked little old me. Who am I? I'm nobody, but he picked little old me to do it, and I'm grateful.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So that's what I have, coming up next. And I'm just excited on the doors that's gonna be open, you know.
Your two books, are they similar to Deceive? Are you going a
Well,
different way?
they are nonfiction books.
Okay.
So they are true stories. Yes, yes, yes. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Miss Keisha, how can people keep up with you? How can they follow you, whether that's social media, email, contact number?
Yeah, well, email is the real Keisha Mayo at gmail.com. I'm on Facebook, the real Keisha Mayo. On Instagram, the real Keisha Mayo. Twitter, the real Keisha One. My website is www.keishamayo.com. And I'm on YouTube. The play is on YouTube. Just go under Deceive the Stage Play by Keisha Mayo, and you'll be able to see the stage play. If you want to get the screenplay,
Mhm.
that's available on my website, which is
Okay.
keishamayo.com, like I stated.
Okay, Miss Keisha. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today. That wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. It wasn't bad. And I
You
tell
was
you,
just
I'm really,
flowing.
yeah, I'm telling you, I'm really, Kayla, coming out of my shell, because
Mhm.
I just filmed my first pilot yesterday for the Keyword show. So I'm excited about that. Another thing that I never thought about doing, but
Wow.
I'm just trying everything. Listen, I'm
I
retired.
got you.
I'm retired. I've been
Mhm.
through, God brought me out, and now it's time to live.
To live. I
There
got
is life after deception.
I like it. When can we catch you said you just filmed the pilot. So when will we be able
Yeah,
to see it?
yeah, it's not going to be out yet. I just
Right.
filmed. What I'm doing is we're actually waiting for the weather to break so I could
Okay.
do my opening, but I'm
Mhm.
starting to, film the guests now. So I'll definitely let you know. And,
Okay. So
and
and you're shooting this?
yes.
You gonna make some
I
cameos?
come out of my shell.
Mhm. You said you coming out. I'm with it. Thank you, Keisha, again for being a guest on the show. Definitely keep us posted on all of your upcoming projects. I'm sure we will be in contact with you soon.
Yes.
Be blessed and keep living your life.
Give my love to Silas.
He's never fired.
Hey, Keisha. How you doing?
How you feel?
I do like that
I
flower.
told you.
Thank you.
I'm good. I we definitely gonna talk some more. I want to talk about what you got going on next. I'm trying to put some things together, marketing wise, like I said, to set up the stage play. But with the stuff you talking, I'm thinking we might be able to go bigger than that if possible. You know what I'm saying? So this we still working over here, and slowly but surely we're gonna keep the interviews going and everything like that, and lead it in, because I'm excited. I think I think we can. I think we can, yeah.
And I have to give a shout out to my girl Deshonda, who made the
Yes,
Yes.
we gotta shout out Deshonda.
Yeah.
I gotta shout her out. She made the connection, Yes. Through God, I always try to give him the credit too. God knows how to connect people together.
He does. He
Mhm.
does. He does. And I'm excited about getting the production going. And I really think that, your vision of touring is definitely an idea worth really exploring. So I want to get to it. So I'm about to do that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Hey, talk to you soon, Kayla.
Yes, ma'am. All right, everybody, make sure y'all tune in to Total Entertainment Radio weekly. Go to www.totalentradio.com and hit the TER button. And that's it. We out.
Peace.